USC star JuJu Watkins says she welcomes all of Caitlin Clark's fans, whether they love her or hate her. USC sophomore JuJu Watkins offered a uniquely measured response to the very energetic fan base Caitlin Clark brings to the game of basketball. We say unique because, unlike other women's basketball players who constantly try to tear down Clark fans, she seems to embrace them, whether they're cheering for her or against her. While she noted that some fans can give players headaches, which is undoubtedly true, her view shows that any attention or eyeballs on the sport are good. So many new fans being in the sport sometimes can be, not necessarily challenging, but can just kind of give you a headache a bit. Not a lot of people know what they're talking about sometimes, but it's great for the sport, Watkins said in an interview with Fox News Digital. The fact that people are watching is enough in itself. JuJu Watkins wise beyond her years. JuJu Watkins, who just surpassed a scoring milestone in the college game previously held by Clark, seems wise beyond her years with the remarks on fans. She quickly dismissed the notion that all fans have to be positive all the time just because it's nice. We would like it to be positive, but it's not always going to be like that. So as long as we continue to raise the numbers and viewership goes up, I think that's all we can ask for, she said. Watkins added she loves supporters, and I also love haters. In other words, it'd be nice to play in front of or listen to fans on social media, all singing Kumbaya, but that's not reality. This is a marked departure from WNBA stars who immediately equate negative attention from Clark fans to racism. Chicago Sky forward Angel Reese, for example, has repeatedly chastised the Indiana Fever Stars fans. How to watch the New Jersey Devils in 2024? I think it's really just the fans, her fans, the Iowa fans, now the Indiana fans, that are really just, they ride for her, and I respect that respectfully. But sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it, Reese said. WNBA MVP Aja Wilson, who prior to the start of Clark's rookie season, flat out said the attention being given to the Iowa girl by fans was due to her being white. It doesn't matter what we all do as black women. We're still going to be swept underneath the rug, Wilson said. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race because it is. Clark deserves Time Athlete of the Year. Incidentally, that quote from Wilson was mentioned in the Time magazine write-up when they awarded Clark the Athlete of the Year. JuJu Watkins, on the other hand, said she couldn't agree more with the selection. I'm all for it, Watkins told Fox. I honestly think she deserves it. I don't think anyone has changed the trajectory of the sport so much, so I honestly think she deserves every bit of it. She went on to address perhaps the most controversial aspect of the Athlete of the Year award, Clark's assertion that she is the beneficiary of white privilege. It's super dope, Watkins said. For her to kind of bring that to light was cool. Watkins and Clark share some similarities. They're both rising stars, Clark in the WNBA and Watkins just in her second year with the Trojans. They're both prolific scorers where the sky is the limit. They both have the eyes of the basketball world focused on them. Watkins, incidentally, just scored her 1,000th career point in 38 games, surpassing the pace at which Caitlin achieved the same mark. Watkins' scoring prowess has drawn comparisons to Clark, who needed 2 more games to achieve the feat. And what a historic player to be compared with. Clark would later become the NCAA Division I all-time leading scorer in men's and women's basketball, the first overall draft pick in 2024, and the WNBA Rookie of the Year. Perhaps above and beyond that, she has brought attention to the game. JuJu Watkins no doubt will do the same when she enters the WNBA. Preview. We'll know. 8 Maryland Terrapins maintained their perfect record against JuJu Watkins and 4 USC Trojans. Since 2018, Kat Ariel has made her mark at Swish Appeal, and as the editor-in-chief since August 2023, her insights are invaluable. A PhD holder in U.S. history with a keen focus on women's sports, she now sets the stage for a thrilling face-off. As one of only 5 unbeaten teams left in Division I, the last thing to know, 8 Maryland Terrapins want to face is the formidable JuJu Watkins. Come this Wednesday, January 8, the Terrapins, boasting a pristine 14-0 record, will host the No. 4 USC Trojans at College Park in a clash of giants set to tip off at 8:30 p.m. ET on FS1. This matchup is particularly compelling, pitting contrasting styles of basketball against each other. Will the star-studded Trojans shine brighter, or will the Terrapins' well-rounded approach pull them through? Having rebounded from last year's unremarkable performance, Maryland is back in contention for the top as head coach Brenda Freese has adeptly blended an influx of talented transfers with returning players to form an outstanding two-way squad. As noted by our own Eric Nemchok, the new additions have lessened the pressure on senior point guard Cheyenne Sellers, enabling her to ignite the game in multiple facets. Junior guard Kayleen Smickle, a transfer from Rutgers, has established herself as the team's leading scorer. However, players like junior Brian McDaniel, senior Ali Kubek, and junior Sailor Poffenbarger are also more than capable of delivering explosive performances. Of particular note is McDaniel, who emerges as arguably the best sixth player in the nation. Coming off the bench, she injects energy into the game, driving to the hoop for critical buckets. Against the Trojan squad that may rely heavily on its stars, McDaniel's impactful contributions could be game-changing for the Terrapins. Yet, the power of basketball often lies within individual brilliance, and that's where sophomore sensation Watkins comes into play. She is more than capable of hitting the tough shots, drawing fouls for free throws, and wreaking havoc as a defensive force. True to her star status, she consistently rises to the challenge when the stakes are highest. This season, Watkins is complemented by senior forward Kiki Iriafen, a Stanford transfer, who is finding her stride. Together, they form a dynamic duo averaging 43 points per game, contributing to the Trojans' staggering 84.4 points per game as a unit. To derail Maryland's perfection, USC will likely need additional players to step up, providing crucial scoring whenever the Terrapins focus their defense on stopping Watkins and Iriafen. One potential game-changer could be the talented freshman guards, Kennedy Smith, Kayleigh Heckel, or Avery Howell, with Smith looking particularly promising after scoring 19 points in a convincing win over Rutgers last Sunday. Moreover, graduate guard Talia von Oelhoffen is poised to deliver her best performance in a Trojans uniform. After making a name for herself at Oregon State, she has yet to find her rhythm during her time at USC.